Dexy, I know you're gonna kill this shit.
Yo, people, what you telling me back again with another one? Footy talk. Lewis, what's good, bro?
All good, all good. Another draw in that United Chelsea fixture. I think it's the most drawn fixture in Prem history, and we've done it again. I've just come to accept we're never going to win at Old Trafford. It is what it is. It is what it is. How are you feeling after that one?
I feel all right, you know. Like I was disappointed after the game that we didn't win, but I was disappointed at how we conceded because we never looked like conceding a goal until we scored, and then we conceded straight away. So it was disappointing for me, but I felt like we were the better team. Yeah, and I thought that we kind of pretty much stopped you from creating anything, and you've definitely got the better creative players than us. So the fact that we could keep you creatively quiet, keep Cole Palmer quiet for the most part, I thought that, to put it the way I put it, was at halftime, Man United would have been the happier of the two teams. Do you know what I'm saying? At full time, Chelsea would have been the happier of the two teams. That's the way I looked at it. Do you know what I mean? So
Probably
Yeah,
says a lot that it got to that point with us as well, because yeah, I agree. Like, you guys did a good job of neutralizing our forwards. Only Neto really stood out in that entire game, and I think the most surprising part was we came out for the second half looking a lot worse than we usually do. Usually we come out the second half and we just come out firing. We usually score straight away.
yeah.
We ended up being even more quiet in the second half. Like, both goals were silly if we want to keep it a buck. Like,
Oh, for sure.
we gave a dumb penalty away. I knew it was going to come down to some silliness from Sanchez. We were saying it all week in the build up, and then you guys just concede straight off the corner, like a minute or two after scoring.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that was still something that would happen a little bit regularly under Eric Ten Hag, which is why I could understand you guys still being a bit frustrated with that. But yeah, ultimately, there was more impetus on us to get the win going into that game. So
I think
yeah, I
so.
can see why you guys would be happier off with the draw as well.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
like,
yeah,
we
yeah. I
were
would have
talking
taken
about
the
our
goal before the
board line.
game, bro. I would have
What was
taken
that?
it before the game, but I was disappointed because of how the game went. I was then disappointed that we didn't win it because I thought at 1-0 up now, just do what you're doing before shut up shop.
Bro, we are so lucky that Hoyland and Garnacho are playing. Because if that was actual competent forwards, we lose that game.
Oh, comfortably as well.
Garnacho is genuinely, like, that's one of the worst opposition performances I've seen against us in some time. Nothing he did worked. And it was either dumb decision making or dumb execution or a little bit of both. Hoyland was genuinely just trying to draw fouls all game.
Yeah.
Like, he never looked like a threat on the goal. Every time I saw him, he's just backing into Fofana. Like, the ball wouldn't even be near him, and he's still trying to back into Fofana.
But bro, I'm
Bare
glad you're
confusing
saying
forward.
this because I'm someone that watches United every week, and I've been saying this, and people been trying to vilify me for it. So for an opposition fan to tell our fan base exactly what I've been telling them, like, bro, it is what it. Them two are useless.
Yeah, bro, I was literally laughing when he was on the ball. Like, this is the same shit he talks about every week, bruv. He's getting the ball on the left hand side. He's going for a cross and is nearly going out for a throw in.
Yeah.
He's getting the ball in good positions and he's just fumbling it every single time. Like, at least Rashford, for the most part, did his thing against Gusto. I think he was the better one in terms of those duels.
For sure. And he got taken off, which is, well, I wasn't happy about that with Van Nistelrooy. It seems like Garnacho always finishes games, no matter how he plays. And I'm not happy about that because he's been our worst player this season. And he's played probably the most minutes. So
yeah, he couldn't handle himself against James, and then he tried to move from one wing to the other, and then we moved James to the same wing, and it just killed him off again.
yeah.
Like, at least I guess for you guys, your defense did your job, because like I think Mazraoui and Lissandro did really well against Jackson and Noni. Palmer was just surprisingly ineffective. Like, I think he wasn't crap in possession. It was just he was only doing build-up play. There wasn't any like big moments from him, ones that you'd expect from like Cole Palmer going into the match. Surprisingly, like, not selfish, but overthought a lot of situations. Like, there was opportunities to make 1-2s with Neto or to find the ball into him in space, and he kept ignoring him at times. There was a 4v2 transition where he had like Jackson on the left, he had Noni on the right.
Yeah.
Kept overthinking, and the lick just closes the space between him and the goal. Goes for a leg shot and he fumbles it. See, I think the biggest thing I got from you guys was defensively. You guys did your thing defensively.
I agree, man. You see the thing with Cole Palmer, what a lot of people don't realize, Cole Palmer is the kind of player, yeah, that kind of should have a free role in it. And the thing is with Cole, I think starting centrally against better teams and better players, he's gonna have quiet games. Like, the key for him is being able to play in the space, innit? Back in the day, when you used to watch like proper Mavericks, these guys used to play where the space was. That's how Jack Grealish played at Aston Villa. He played where the space was. He didn't play centrally. Sometimes he'd be on the left, sometimes he'd be on the right, sometimes he'd play in the middle. The thing is with managers like Maresca, because his system is kind of rigid to a certain point, there's certain zones that he has to stay in it, which means he's easier to pick up. In a game like that, this is why I say against the bigger teams, I'd play Cole Palmer on the right and allow him to drift inside. I wouldn't start him in the middle. Same thing happened against Liverpool. Got drowned out. And it's not because he's not a good player, but he's playing against better players. He's got less time. He's got less space. So naturally, he's going to have less influence. So you have to find a way to put him in more space, innit? And I think that if you don't do that, there's going to be games where it's quite quiet. Physicality as well, but it's more the intensity than the physicality. I think he can deal with the physicality. It's not like he's getting kicked around, but it's the speed at which the game is going on. It's a proper intense, innit? And he just gets to see a bit more of the game when he's out wide.
Yeah, because like I look at it from where Noni was. Like Noni was playing like around the touchline but with a license to push himself further into the box when he was in possession. That would have been better for someone like Palmer. Because at least with Palmer, he's a bit more techier on the ball. He can try and like take a player down with him a little bit more. And like Noni was struggling in that sort of role. When we played Palmer on the left-hand side, I noticed that in the first half, and I think it was similar to what we did against Newcastle. And for where it worked against Newcastle, it just didn't work against you guys. I think you guys clocked onto it real quick. We tried putting back onto the right, and then I think he started overthinking things himself. I especially saw towards the end of the game. Like, he gets the ball in a good position. Neto's making a run on the right-hand side. Easy pass into him. He tries going into the middle and taking on 2 or 3 players, like trying to take the game for himself. And I get why Palmer would do that, especially with how successful he's been over the last year for us. But surprisingly ineffective. I'm with you. I think he'd be better just being moved to the right in certain games too. Like the middle suits him against more open midfields. And I think for you guys, you guys are a lot more compact.
A bit more as well.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
and with you guys, I think you're a lot more compact defensively. You guys are a lot smarter in terms of the positions that you guys were occupying. And with Palmer, he just didn't really know how to cope.
No, facts. Yeah, I mean, big up everyone inside. People still coming through. I saw the report that Ten Hag didn't want Xerxes, but guys, I did already say that to you guys. It said it's clear that he wasn't a Ten Hag signing, which is a good thing. Just like Ugarte wasn't a Ten Hag signing. That means it was a club signing. So
most of Ten Hag signings weren't working anyway.
Yeah, precisely. So I think that's good. I think that's good. I think that's very good because it shows that the club have a direction that they want to go in, and it shows that the club didn't think that what Højlund had was enough. So I think that that's good news, to be honest. I saw that as nothing but a positive thing. Like, Ten Hag's not here. That's the most important thing. So yeah, bruv.
Yeah, like whether he was, even if he was Ten Hag signing or not, like it would still be a bit too early to judge him or write him off anyway. I've seen him already starting to get a little stick from your fan base.
Four Premier League starts,
game, so you can see why.
4 Premier League starts and people are waffling already.
Yeah, like what was stuff about bad finishing and stuff. Like I haven't seen a lot of Xerxes for you guys just because I was avoiding a lot of the Ten Hag football. But I don't know. Compared to Højlund, I'd be very surprised that he'd be the one getting stick so soon.
Nah, but you know what it is with Højlund, bro. It's just like, bro, he's got the complexion for protection, bruv. That's just what it is, bro. I'll be real. He's been awful. He's been awful, innit? Like, this is just what it is. He's just been awful. I don't even know, bro. Do you know what I mean? So,
and he was like double the price tag.
Brother, that's what I'm trying to say, bro. Højlund cost 72 million, bro. A man are talking about him like he came through the academy, bro. It must be the blue eyes, bro. This is just what it is. So we'll just see. We'll just see. But 4 starts is not enough for you to write off a footballer, especially playing in a team like Man United, where the way we play doesn't even suit him. And the thing is, he gets into good positions. The funny thing is, you're talking about Garnacho, yeah. Everyone's posting that still picture of Garnacho, yeah, where he should have played Ahmad through, yeah. And Ahmad and Xerxes have both picked up good positions in between the defenders, and Garnacho doesn't release the ball. So it's just one of them ones where until you've got a team that can progress the ball into the final third consistently, then he shouldn't be judged on that. Do you know what I mean? One thing I'll judge him on is the positions he picks up, how he tries to link play, because that's the only thing I can judge him on at the moment. I can't judge him on his finishing because he don't get chances.
Yeah, it's like ultimately it's too early for him to get that level of criticism anyway. It's as simple as that. Like I'm surprised he's getting it this early.
Yeah, it's a joke, bro. It's a joke, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? So, but it is what it is, man. This fan base is like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying?
Everyone's got favorites, and everyone's got that annoying brother in the team that people are going to give chances to, and they don't deserve it. So
Yeah,
I'm not even surprised. I guess for you guys, it's Hoyland and Xerxes.
yeah. That's what I'm saying, bro. So it is what it is. Man said, can we judge his pace? Of course you can judge his pace, bro. But guess what, bro? You man got problems. And this is why the title, yeah, has Pep ruined football, bro? No, Pep hasn't necessarily ruined football. I think fans have ruined football, yeah. I think stats have ruined football. I think FIFA's ruined football, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's not real life, blood. And this is what it is. Can we judge his pace, bro? Like every striker in the history of football had pace, blood. When did that ever happen? Do you know what I'm saying?
That's just
Like,
from that one moment where he got the ball and Fafana came up.
one
Up to him. And
moment, bro.
Fafana's
That
got
he,
that recovery pace too.
bruv,
That's
if
his bag.
you, brother, if we're running, yeah, brother, if I'm running and I'm trying to control a ball, yeah, and then a man's in full flight running to recover, of course they're gonna be running faster than me, bro. And then on top of that as well, yeah, them man are breaking their neck to get back, bro. And I'm not even concentrating, bro. And that's a FIFA thing, bro. Do you know what I mean? But you know what it is? In the modern game, if you don't have pace, you're not good. Do you know what I'm saying? If you don't have good stats on FIFA, you're not good. How these man judge if a player had a good game or not is how many points they got for man's FPL, bro. This is what's ruined football.
Don't forget the GNA argument.
But this is
Like
what's ruined football.
you've seen with Bruno for
Yeah,
years. Crap
yeah,
game,
but
bagged the
GNA
goal.
gets you good stats on FPL. So the point still stands. Do you know what I'm
Hear
saying?
it.
The
I
way
just
that
don't touch FPL with a barge pole, so it's
yeah,
lost
but
on me.
bro, the way that players judge a good performance is based on not watching the game anymore. Do you get what I'm saying? It's based on fantasy football. If you watch fantasy football, yeah, if you play fantasy football and you see a man, yeah, because you can get an FPL assist for a shot that rebounds off a keeper and then someone
No,
scores.
brother.
You can get an FPL assist for winning a penalty as well. Do you know what I mean? So imagine I win a penalty, yeah, I miss an easy chance that the keeper parries and someone taps in, yeah, and then I score, bro. Man's got a goal and 2 assists, bruv. And one was for shit finishing, and the other one was for winning a penalty. That anyone could win a fucking penalty, bro.
And then the
Like,
FPL experts are like, he had a good game. He had a
bro,
good
and
game.
then,
He got
bruv,
this,
then you're
this,
getting
this
then you're
point.
getting a 9 out of 10, bro. You're getting a
Bro,
9 out of 10.
I've seen YouTube videos where people are talking about games and they're literally just reading off the stat sheets and they're like, okay, so this team had like 20 shots compared to the other team that had this many shots. So it looks like that they've had a good performance. This individual as well, he had 5 shots and he scored. So he definitely had a high volume performance when in reality he was missing chances for fun.
Brother,
He's got an easy tap in.
I watched the Sporting Lisbon game. Well, we watched it. We done a watch along. I think Gyökeres bagged like 4 goals. He got a 9.9 on Sofa score. A 9.9, bro. Bruv, do you know how good you have to play to get a 9.9, bro? He stat padded against the scrubbiest team, bro. A team that was like a relegation team in Portugal, yeah. And got a 9.9 on Sofa score. So man are out here thinking that this guy's done a mad thing. No, bro, you scored 4 goals against a shit team, blood. Do you know what I mean? That was like Garnacho getting fucking Garnacho's got 6 GA in 2 games in the League Cup. He's never put out a 9.9 performance. Do you get
That's
what
why
I'm
we
saying?
always try and tell people that football's 50% stats, 50% eye test, because you can use the stats for an argument, but ultimately, if you ain't watched the game, like you're not going to have the best argument in the world. Nothing good?
Yeah, I think so.
Did my mic bug out or something?
Yeah, your audio just stopped for a second. I was confused, bro.
Oh, for fuck. Okay, so yeah, I was saying this is why we always say football is 50% stats, 50% eye test, isn't it? Because like you can use the stats to make an argument, but if you don't watch the game, then like you're just making something up. You have to be able to see the game to actually see how things played out, and then you can use the stats to your advantage.
Exactly, and that's what it is, bro. That's exactly what it is, bro. So for me, it's just fucking. I think that all these extra avenues that they've opened here to make football more inclusive for the armchair fans, yeah, this is what's ruined football. Not Pep. Do you know what I mean? Pep has not ruined football.
I hear it because now it's like people can find out or make their own narratives of what's happened on football just off reading the stat sheets, as opposed to actually watching it. And then they create their own narratives based on certain individuals, and then they start running bigger ideas based off that. I hear it because like back in the day, you wouldn't be able to do that. You wouldn't be able to just figure out what happened in the game using stats and stats alone. You'd have to, at the most, hear what someone else has said about the game.
Yeah.
You'd have to like listen to Match of the Day, or you'd have to go through newspapers and find out how the game flowed. Now it's just like, look at these stats. Look what Hoyland did in this game, or Garnacho had this many successful dribbles and all that crap.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Because like, for instance, people are saying, "Oh, but people are trying to copy Pep." Listen, yeah, people might be trying to copy what Pep does aesthetically in terms of possession football, but Pep didn't invent possession football. He didn't invent it. Do you know what I mean? When you look at where Pep takes his influences from, he did not invent the football that he plays. He might be one of the managers that's coached the most amount of elite players with that style, but so what? He didn't invent it. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, he just had a very effective system that a lot of managers have been trying to copy since.
Bro, the Pep Guardiola is not the first narcissist in football, blood. Because Pep Guardiola's system, yeah, is not the problem. His system ain't the problem. He's the problem. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the reality. Like, the reason why Pep's football is boring is not because of the system. It's because he doesn't allow players freedom to express themselves in the system. If he did, the football wouldn't be as boring. Do you know what I mean? Like, Patrice Evra come out, and this is why people are talking about it. Patrice Evra came out and said, Pep's ruined football because XYZ. But then he went and he said, I played football for Allegri, and it's like Allegri wanted to control me with a PlayStation controller. But that's exactly how Pep is. That's got nothing to do with the system and everything to do with the man. Because Sir Ferguson was the opposite. Patrice Evra said Sir Ferguson never gave him any tactical instructions because he wasn't a tactical manager. He was a manager. He managed the player. And that was it. Do you know what I mean? So you can be a hybrid manager. De Zerbi's a hybrid manager. De Zerbi's very, very tactical, yeah, but at the same time, he's very much an arm around the shoulder, like man manager as well. You can have managers that allow players freedom, but also be tactical. Do you know what I mean? There can be a combination, bro. But this not letting anyone be themselves shit, yeah, is Pep's personality. It's not his system. It's not his system.
Yes, because I remember like he used to isolate players with more personality, like your Zlatans, like your Thierry Henrys, for example.
Yeah, exactly. That's got nothing to do with the system. You just don't like them. You just don't like them because
he likes players he can mold himself.
Yeah, it has to be about him. It has to be about him.
And imagine thing, people can't really say too much because of his record.
But this is what it is. But the honest truth is, yeah, is his personality is the reason why his football is the way it is. It's got nothing to do with the system. People are conflating the two things. Because Jose Mourinho, yeah, was a tactical manager. Yeah, cool. He wasn't so obsessed with controlling absolutely everything that he couldn't have Mavericks in his team.
That's how I was able to work with the likes of Hazard, for example. Likes of Lampard too.
Well, exactly. And CR7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and players like Gareth Bale, like he's had these players. Pep
Eto'o
doesn't
too.
Pep doesn't like these players because he can't control them. So the way that Pep's playing, is more about his personality than the system. People are blaming, saying, "Oh, everyone wants to play like Pep. They want to keep the ball and that." Nah, you can play possession football and also let your players play.
Sorry was a good example of that. He'd let Hazard have the free roll.
Well, exactly. So I think that people are conflating two different things and they're blaming Pep for the wrong things. There's nothing wrong with Pep's system. The problem is with his personality himself. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because Pep's formation's not the problem. The way he sets up isn't the problem. The way he defends isn't the problem. It's when his players have the ball, does he let them play? The answer is no. But that's a choice.
There's specific instructions, specific zones that they have to stay in, and like that's it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I mean. Everyone was saying the goalkeeper's got to play like a number 10 now and all that. But bro, Pep wasn't the first manager to see the goalkeeper as an outfield player, bro. This is not new. There's nothing really new under the sun. The goalkeeper should be allowed. Well, the goalkeeper should be allowed to play with his feet. And also, since the back pass rule got abolished, it's the most common sense thing to have a goalkeeper that can use their feet because they can't pick the ball up no more.
It means that you can outnumber teams in transition. First phase, you get an extra player to use for possession. Like it works in build-up. Now we started doing that a lot more under Maresca. The goalkeeper's now like another centre back. What that does is it allows us to outnumber teams. First phase of play, we now have an extra option to progress the ball forward. And
really, it's not really, it's an extra option, but it's not an extra player because a goalkeeper was always meant to be a player. No one says, "Oh, football's 10 versus 10," because it's not. It's 11 versus 11.
Yeah, it's like your mind's trained to just believe it because the goalkeeper, you don't really expect them to be involved in build-up, or you won't really think about it. But ultimately, it's a good way to utilize your 11th player, and some managers don't use that advantage.
Well, exactly.
I think of the likes of Pep, the likes of Maresca, they focus a lot more on that. That's all.
Like, why would you not? Why would you not?
The only reason why you wouldn't is if you don't trust your goalkeeper.
And if you don't trust your goalkeeper, get another one.
Facts. Speaking of, we need another goalkeeper.
You absolutely do. 10, and this is it. Cruyff, the goalkeeper, is the first attacker, but also this is why every player on the football team should be able to play football. For that reason, because your first line of attack is your goalkeeper, then your defenders, then your midfield, and then your attackers. Every time you have the ball in football, you're attacking. So that means if your goalkeeper makes a save, you're now attacking. The attack doesn't start when the ball gets to the attackers. The attack starts when the person on your team, whoever that is, has the ball. That is it. So everyone should be competent. It's that simple. So Pep's not making these things up. Like, these things existed before him. So everyone's going to turn around and say that, he ruined football. Nah, football's been ruined, by stats. It's been ruined by by the social media highlight culture. People don't watch football. People don't understand football. And it's been ruined by how it's been modern day football culture and how it's consumed. It's consumed via FIFA video games.
Then 3-minute Sky Sports highlights.
All of that shit. Do you know what I'm saying? There's no depth to football anymore. Football is as shallow as it's ever been. Do you know what I mean? And then you've got all these geniuses on fucking Twitter, and then you've got these tacticals that have never played football in their life, but somehow they're tacticals. Somehow they have this insane insight on a game that they've never played at any decent level.
they've just fucking been drinking a thesaurus and just used every
Bro,
single long word that they
brother,
can
if you
imagine.
look at all
Everyone's
these
believing it.
tacticals, they're all nerds, bro. Like all of them.
Not like
You know,
invert the wing or subverted angles and all this
brother,
BS.
you know, like that. These men are all nerds, you know. Do you know what I mean? And I swear down, football is the only sport we would tolerate this. The only sport, you know, brother. If it was fighting or something like that, like UFC, and we saw some little nerd that's never been punched in the face, sitting down talking about different ways to attack opponents and all that, I'd be like, bro,
Did you see the
man will,
angle that he threw that left hook
man
at?
will smash your glasses in half, bro. Like, this is what man are saying to them. That the man are not hearing this. Do you know what I mean? And in football, you've got these guys sitting down, guys, and today we're going to draw lines on the screen and we're going to tell you how he evades this press and the three men and the hexagons and that. But fuck your hexagons, bro.
Look at the angle that he attacks his opponent.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. And now we're going
Sensational
to
and
show
all
you
that
how
crap.
the field tilt and the overloads and the expected
That
threat.
fighter was winning on field tilt for the first 3 rounds. I don't know what happened.
These guys are all bums, bro.
And then the maddest thing, all them man who don't watch the football game just go to those sorts of accounts and try and figure out what wise thing they can say about the match for people to listen to them with.
Bro, these guys are ridiculous, bro. And it's always the guys, yeah, are out of shape. You can tell that they never played no sport at any decent level. They was never rated at anything. And these men have tried to turn football, yeah, into Pythagoras, bro. Football's not Pythagoras, rude boy. It's not that. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is the reality. So the reason why football is in a bin right now is because it's been hijacked by these bums. This is the reality. This is the reality. It's not Pep
Now
Guardiola.
people are just trying to focus more into stats and over watching the game. That's what it is. Like we said earlier, the way we've consumed football is so much easier now than it was 20 years ago, for example. And now because of that, people aren't watching it to get a full understanding of what happened.
Yep.
People are just trying to get whatever they can quickly. Like, oh, I didn't watch the game. Let me type in Hoyland on Twitter and see what his performance was like. Let me type in Rashford quickly.
Yep.
And that's it. That's it. Or what stats make this player look good so I can run with that? Oh, this guy scored. All right, perfect. I can run with those stats. He didn't have a good game at all, but I saw that he had 6 completed dribbles. So
But
I'm going to run with the
saying.
fact that he had a
But
good
bro,
game and he was unfortunate.
I was having this argument with Don yesterday. This brother's trying to tell me that Bruno Fernandes had a good game against Chelsea. I said, when? Man said, oh, let me check the stats. He created 2 big chances. Brother, what the fuck is a big chance, bro? What is a big chance? Like, bro, listen. Man said big chances, bro. Listen, what did they say? How long's a piece of string? Like, how much is a loaf of bread? Like, what do you mean he created 2 big chances, bro? What does creating 2 big chances actually look like without numbers on the piece of? But what does it look like?
If it was the 2 big chances, I'd be more inclined to just say what they were, if anything. Like,
Bro,
I just remember Bruno doing his
big
hoofball again.
That's what he was doing. That was my argument. My argument was Bruno.
Now, I remember one moment in the last minute of the game, he went for another hoof, and I was like, "Oh, thank the Lord, this is the old United."
And he had the chance that fell to him, the volley, and the guy kicked it out the stadium.
Yeah, he did the Mudryk.
Brother, man told me he had a good game, bro. And then he tried to turn it to decent when I was probing to get more information. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is exactly what man means, bro, about the way football is consumed now.
Now, I think your only forward that looked competent was Rashford.
Bruv,
and even then, like, I also think Gusto was trash. He was like one of our worst players that game.
Well,
defensively and defensively struggled.
The way that football is consumed now is crazy, bro. And that's what's ruined football, because there's too much information, yeah. There's too much information available to people that shouldn't have it. Do you know what I'm saying? And people genuinely think that because someone got a good SOFA score or got a decent amount of points in FPL, it makes them a good player. And then you're then arguing with people that don't watch the game to understand the game. They just watch it to watch it. So you have you know what it is? Football now, yeah, has never had more casual fans than it's ever had. Do you know what I mean? And you know what it
yes,
is?
I hear that.
And
I
and
hear
and this
that.
and this and this is what it is. That's what's ruined football. The casuals, unfortunately. But the flip side to that is, yeah, the casuals are the reason why football is the sport in the world where these guys make the most money, because the casuals are the ones that are going to spend the money in it. So the thing is, if you're going to have a big fan base, you're going to have more casuals than diehards, because that's how life works.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying? But the casual fans have become the loudest. And this is the reality, bro. And that's why there's a difference between having like people that follow you and having genuine fans in it. There's loads of people on this platform that might have millions of followers, but if they trying to sell something, no one ain't buying it. And then you
Do
might
you
have
think?
someone that's got
Do you think that's the
5,000
reason
followers
why? Do
and
you
they'll
think that's the
buy
reason?
everything.
I know it's a little bit off topic, but do you think it's the reason why, like Lee Gunner, for example, has been going after content creators for doing the whole like Arsenal is scary stuff and everything, because it's feeding more to the casual fans than it is to like the actual fans with genuine opinions and everything like that.
Yeah, but but bro, you need to understand, yeah. Casual fans are where the traction is most of the time. So
Yeah,
that's why a lot of people play up to the casual fans. But my thing is, yeah, I'll rather have the fans that want to have real football conversations and want to be here. And if you're a casual,
same.
I'll block you. People are like, Rants, like, why are you always blocking people? And that? I know, yeah, that I stunt my growth by blocking people, but that's fine because I don't want you here. You know, the ones there, like, this is not open for everyone. Certain man want everyone in their chat. That's why I don't like going on certain man's channels. You're on their channels and there's people in the chat being disrespectful and they don't block them because they like the look of the numbers. Bro, I'll block everyone. They're chatting shit.
Facts.
Do you know what I mean? This is the reality. These guys are playing up to the casuals. Arsenal are scary. No, they're
Because I
not.
know that no, they
And
aren't. But
they
you're
have not
trying to
been
get
they have
Arsenal
not
fans
been
to watch the
scary,
channel.
yeah. They haven't been scary since they had that fucking O2 sponsor, blood. That's the reality. You know what I mean?
Real.
Like,
These
this is
these
the
men are the
reality.
only team close to Leicester and still weren't looking threatening.
That's what I'm trying to say. They ain't been scary since O2. So I ain't trying to hear that. You know what I mean? But the reality is these men are doing it because they understand that casuals are gonna click their thing and these men get paid off clicks. So because of that, they don't care about integrity. This is the reality.
And that's why
This
a
is the
man like
reality.
Lee Gunner's calling them out. I see it. I hear it.
And football has been hijacked by the casuals now. Do you know what I'm saying? It's been hijacked. Obviously, it's commercialized massively now. And now every football fan thinks that they know football. But the reality is there's only a minority of real football fans. And the rest of these guys are just casuals.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's
Like,
ruined the
I hate
game.
always bringing it back to last season, but last season I was the same thing. I'd block people for stupid takes because it was just driving me nuts. Because you'll see it not even just when it comes to like stats and everything, but narratives. You would have seen it with Ten Hag. I would have seen it with Pochettino. The whole give him time, give him time. What's the reason? Oh no, just time. Managers need time. All of that. Like I've seen Arteta documentaries and everything, and he needed 4 years to get the team contending for a league title. So I think our manager needs time too. You don't know ball. You're just
Yeah.
following the same hymn
Yeah.
sheet that Arsenal did, and you think it's gonna work.
But
And like,
100%,
yeah,
my
that's why
bro.
I was with you. People who give me dumb reasons to back the manager, I just block you. I can't be bothered for it.
I
I'm
hear
not
it.
listening to your garbage.
And also, you might be the most diehard Man United, Chelsea, Real Madrid fan or whatever, brother. If you only watch your own football team, you're a casual. This is whether you like it or not. You might be able to tell me everything in the world, yeah, about one football team, you're a casual. Because if your only knowledge and experience of football is through your football team, you don't know anything.
Mm-hmm. Because you
That's
only
like,
see every other team play
brother,
twice.
that's like me saying, yo, I'm an expert on women, bro. I've only had one gal my whole life. Never
No.
interacted with
Expert
no
on
other
a
girl.
woman,
Nah,
not
you're
women.
expert on your gal.
Yeah.
You're a casual on women. You don't know. Because every woman is the same, but every woman is different. You know, like that. So if you've only ever had
Facts.
one gal, you can't know gal.
No, you
This
might
is
think
the
it's cookie
reality.
cutter and it's the same thing. Ultimately,
it.
like if you only watch your team play, you see all the other teams play twice. Like
That's it.
you could play against Neymar, like for example, drop a 4 out of 10. You'll be like, yo, that Neymar's a scrub, you know. He got locked up. When we played him, he got locked up.
One
Yeah,
game.
cool. You didn't watch every other game. You didn't watch every other game. But that's the thing. You run that narrative based off that one match.
That's it.
So I hear it. I hear it.
And this is the problem, because I watch so much football, yeah, and I watch so many other teams. I'm when I'm talking about my team, I'm not comparing my team, yeah, to the level that I believe they should be playing at, based on the players we have or how we played last week. I'm basing it on the general fucking standard of football at that level, because I watch everyone. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So when I'm looking at certain ballers, yeah, I'm seeing man at Sporting Lisbon, yeah, when I'm watching them that I ain't never heard of, and they're more competent on the ball than Garnacho. And the Portuguese league is like the 7th best league in Europe. So when I say that Garnacho shit, blood, like I mean it, bro, because he's not even good enough to play for Sporting, bruv. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I swear, every week I see your old thumbnail about what was it? If you're old enough to wear the shirt, you're old enough to hold smoke. I see
Bro,
that
I don't,
going
bruv,
around every week
bruv,
now.
that shit is fucking triple platinum in the streets, you know. And when Dave made that thumbnail, yeah, it was just meant to be a joke. You know them ones. It was just meant to be a joke. And
No,
now,
they try to cook you relentlessly for that one.
bro,
Now,
remember
now it
when it
just
first
pops up
came
every
out,
week.
yeah? Bro, when that first came out on Twitter, man was chatting bare shit on my name, you know.
No, he's
And now,
bullying an 18-year-old.
that's what I'm saying. That's what they were saying. And now that shit is it, bruv. That goes viral after every Garnacho stinker now.
No, so now he's old enough, innit?
But that's what I'm saying. What a difference a year makes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying? And this is exactly what it is, bro. So you can tell, yeah, that the real reason why football is in the state that it's in now. Oh yeah, for real. The surviving Garnacho thing is trending now as well.
Bro,
Which
like
is
imagine saying 2
crazy.
years ago it get to a point where Garnacho's trying to cuss out fans on Twitter and he's getting ratioed.
It's true.
Imagine that.
It's true, man. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? And that's what I mean. And look at Vegeta, my guy, as well, man. I swear down. This is just what it is. Nah, it's facts, bro. Like people need to hear the truth, innit?
Trust.
And
Like,
this is what it
I
is.
say a lot of times that people like us, we don't tell you what you want to hear, we tell you what you need to hear. If you don't like it, tough. You'll be back in a year's time telling us that we were correct.
Yeah. Bro, and this is the reality. So what people need to understand, and this is why I hold this community to such high regard that we've built, is because it's like people are here because they want to talk football. Do you know what I mean?
And you've
it's,
weeded out all the idiots too.
yeah, we weeded out all the idiots. It's not just stats. It's not just whatever. It's proper football talk. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, no, people are not always gonna agree with everything, but it's proper football chat. That's why I like having my footy talks. My footy talks were always about everything. Do you know what I mean? It was always about that. I used to do them by myself back in the day. Then I started bringing different guests, and we talk about everything in football. Like, you don't need to be rigid. It can just be about any football topics, bro. Like, I sit down with you, like Monts, like Roms. Do you know what I mean? All these different man. And
I've told you about it before. I
we
learn
talk
a
about
lot from
football.
this channel too.
Bro, we could be talking about football from the 90s. It don't matter, because that's pure football. A lot of these brothers, they don't care about football, bro. Like,
They care about their own team, and that's it.
That's it. And if you only care about your own football team, you're a casual. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's fine. Do you know what I mean? That's completely fine. But just know that that's what you are. And football's been taken over by them.
Yeah,
That's
it's like, yeah, that's the way football's going, which is a little bit worrying in terms of where we're going to be in 5-10 years' time. Although I would hope like things would level out by then. Like football and life is all about like trends and stuff like that. Things change, things become more popular. Hopefully, in like 5-10 years, like is people are a lot less casual, and they're following other teams a lot more. But as for now, like it's a stats-based game, and it's annoying, but you know who you're dealing with. You can just tell within like a minute or two of a conversation if it's like, okay, are we going to have a serious footballing conversation, or you're just going to be like, yo, this guy was crap, but you know what? He worked hard, so I ain't going to give him too much stick or garbage like that. Or this guy had like this many completed dribbles or completed passes.
Bro, like, look at this comment. Exactly. Man, bro, remember when them man tried to tell us that Bruno was carrying Man United at one point? Bruno never carried us in his life. What? Because he scored I think he scored 18 goals in a season and 9 of them were penalties. Man said that he was carrying us. And Martial was winning all the penalties. You man remember that time? This is what that's how man equate stats to carrying teams, you know.
I remember back in the day where people used to say Tammy Abraham was carrying us and he had like a 4-game purple patch where he bagged 7 goals. And but he's had this many goals this season. Okay, cool. Like he's had like 3 in the last 4 months. What are we talking about? Man's still living off that hat-trick against Wolves. Speaking of, like, shout out Nonny, but that tax is dead now.
Yeah, bro. Man, that hat-trick, bruv, listen, Nonny's hat-trick, yeah, that shit aged like white Air Force Ones. Has he scored since?
No, he got like what? He got 1 against Forest, and that's been it, bruv.
Brother, he scored a hat-trick, and man thought he was going to kick on, bro. Like, bro, and he's just been getting progressive.
I was like, you know what? I was genuinely thinking, you know what? Yeah, this might actually be his breakout season still. And like, hey, it is still a long campaign, but it's fallen off a little bit. It's fallen off a bit. Like he doesn't look like he has the same intent as he did at the start of the season. Yeah. Now I don't know if it's because we're forcing him into the touchline thing, because I think he still should be played a little bit closer towards the box. But ultimately, the performances haven't been as consistent recently. I'm at a position now where if we want to do Neto on the right, Sancho on the left, go for it. Because I don't think Sancho should be getting dropped for these performances. United, I understand. You can't play against him. It's fine. And you got some illness the week before. Arsenal's coming up next. Sancho on the left, Neto on the right.
It might still be his fucking his tonsils, you know. He needs to get them taken out. I don't know why he doesn't get them taken out. This Brez had tonsillitis like 3 times, but apparently, yeah, I don't know if it's tonsillitis. You lot can there'll be someone in here that's a doctor or something. But I think after, like, when you get to a certain age, yeah, it becomes more risky to take them out or something like that. But his tonsils been bugging. His tonsils been bugging out for time, bro. Like since he was at Dortmund, to be honest. I think he's had tonsillitis or something like that. Yeah, you can't get your tonsils taken out at a certain age. That's what I'm saying. So he gets like a mad tonsillitis thing. I think he's had it like 3-4 times.
So yeah, because I remember like when we heard he came off of illness, United fans were in my mentions talking about he always used to do this with us. It's already started. He's already started doing the fake sickness and everything. He must have fell out with Maresca.
Nah, bro. Maresca.
Hearing that's just a tonsillitis thing, and it's probably going to be consistent with him because he can't get it taken out. Okay, like cool. At least I know where it is now. I didn't even think it was anything deep initially. I just thought it was man's ill, probably got the flu or something.
Yeah, but I didn't. I was thinking, why don't you just take them out? But I guess he can't take them out because at his age or something like that. So I didn't know that.
You just we got to live with it. Then he might have to miss a game or two every now and then. Fine,
he'll be fine, bro. It's one of them ones. You know, it is with Maresca. Maresca is very rigid with how he sees his squad, and to me, that's his only weakness, isn't it? Because in his head, Cole Palmer's a 10, so we're not going to see Cole on the right. In his head, he wants inverting wingers, so we're not going to see Sancho on the right. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like, bruv, sometimes just have a bit of fun and mix it up.
Like, I think he's flexible in terms of the belief in the roles of his players. Like, I think he's a bit more rigid in terms of the actual roles, but I think he also believes he can train players to get them to be able to play different roles within the pitch as well. Because I'll see like Gusto playing out wide at times, then I'll see him inverting in other phases of play. We'll have Palmer play on the left sometimes, then play on the right. We'll try play Enzo a bit further forward and then play him a little bit deeper. I think the system's more rigid than his belief in individuals. I think he's willing to try players out in certain roles of the pitch. Like even James, we've seen James play on the right, then play on the left, then play on the
No,
right
I hear
again.
that, but I mean with his attackers. Because he literally said, the left is Mudryk and Sancho. Do you know what I'm saying? The only reason why he was playing Neto there was because he didn't have both of them man available at the time, and he was like, yeah, Noni and Thingy are on the right, and Cole and Joao are in the 10, and he was like, and Cuckoo and Jackson are the 9s. Like that was his thing. Do you know what I mean? But why can't Nkuku play in the 10 or play on the left? Do you know what I mean? Like, why can't Felix play on the left one game? Why can't Felix play in the 9 one game? Like, if I was the manager, them 6 man, they're playing in all 4 positions, all of them. Maybe not Noni. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think that would have saved us in the Newcastle Cup game because we tried doing Dewsbury Hall at right wing, and within 10 minutes you can tell it ain't working.
But that's what I'm saying. Why would you even do that?
Him and Dewsbury Hall. I mean, switch Felix and Dewsbury Hall. Because, like, look, Felix was moving hella selfish for a 10. This guy was just getting the ball and spamming shoot all the time. Put him on the wing if he's going to do that garbage. At least then, like, okay, cool, focus on take-ons and try and get a shot off. Fine. Dewsbury Hall couldn't even do anything on the right-hand side. Put him in the middle where he's a little bit more creative, where you can have him in a few more comfortable areas of the pitch for him. He didn't know what he was doing on the right. And then we didn't change it until 15 minutes just to bring Noni on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
yeah, I could hear that with the forwards.
I think with the forwards, I like fluidity to a certain degree. Not positionally in terms of, obviously, if you're playing on the right, you have a role, left, whatever. But if the players want to swap positions, they can swap. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's how it should be. Like you lot, we saw Rashford and Garnacho were swapping wings, like against Chelsea. And that's so old school, blood. When I was coming up here, we used to swap wings in the game without even asking the manager. You know them ones. Like I used to play up front, and then if someone else was playing up front, the manager would say to me and the other player, like, do you want to play on the left or the right? Or the manager might put me on the left. And I'll just say to my man, no, I'll go on the right, you go on the left. I didn't even have to ask the manager. You know,
back
like
when
that.
we had Hazard, Pedro, Willian, they used to all do the same thing as well.
I never even used to ask the manager, but now, yeah, because managers now, yeah, want to control every aspect of everything and this jewel and that jewel, yeah. Now it's all like, why are you trying to make it out like left wing's a specialist position? It's not, blood. You know, because it's not a specialist. Like it's the same as the right, just on the other side.
You make it a specialist position when you overcomplicate it.
No, but you know what it is now, yeah? It's like even now, the left back inverts, not the right back. Why not the right back, bro? You know them ones. Now they've got this right-footed left back that inverts inside. But what's the difference between a left-footed right back? What's the difference between a right-footed left back inverting and a right-footed right back inverting, bro? What is the difference?
No, I hear it because I was watching the United game. I was just thinking, like, look, what we did in the second half, I'm glad, because, like, Cucurella just needs to come on and do the inverted thing. Gusto was dying doing that. And just push James out wide on the right where he's more comfortable. Now, I don't know if we're doing it because, like, we're still trying to get James back to full fitness. And on the left, he don't have to cover as much ground. All he has to do is pick up the ball and spray diagonals. And he was doing pretty well at that. But yeah. I'm not doing that at the sacrifice of Cucurella, who's been one of our players of the season so far. And also for Gusto, who's been one of our worst players this season. Pointless. I'd rather have James play out wide, cover more ground, and take him off at 60 and put Gusto on. At least Gusto's playing against tired legs at that point, and you still have Cucurella, who's bossing it. Because I know the left side's on lock then with him there. With Gusto, it kind of confuses things a bit more. Because I think with him, it's like a little bit of like information overload, it seems. He didn't know what he was doing. When he's doing the inverted thing, he's struggling. When he's out wide, he's not really as effective. I wouldn't say struggling, just less effective. Then when he's getting caught out more defensively, there's more space for Rashford to deal with. Or when he does get back, Rashford's cooking him because it's taking him too long to get back. So, like,
Bruv.
ultimately, none of that was working. I think what we need to do for the next game has got to be James and Cucurella. Just bring the best and have the best playing.
But the thing is, you
Nothing
say a little bit of
overcomplicated.
information overload, bro. I think modern football can be summed up by that. Do you know what I mean? Too many instructions, not enough players that can play, not enough players that can make decisions for themselves. Do you know what I mean? And even the way football's consumed, just numbers, 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 numbers. That's it. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
football's not a game like that. It's not a black and white game. Do you know what I mean? It's not like that. And it is people are saying it's very Americanized because basketball, do you know what I mean? Basketball is very numbers focused to a certain degree. Do you know what I'm saying? But there's also nuances in basketball. But the difference is basketball, there's 5 on the court, bro. There's 11 players on a football pitch. So I don't know, bro. It's
Plus,
just,
it's just more end to end. So you
bruv,
can't
it's
even
just
focus
too
too
much
much
going
on
on.
the individual moments and stuff like that.
Bro, it's fucking jarring, bro. Man said, where do I rate Mbappe all time? Bro, he's not even in a conversation for all time, so there's no point rating him.
Yeah. Yeah, he ain't done enough of that. No chance.
But that's what I'm saying. I think that the analytics are for and should be for the coaching staff for them to deep dive. But fans having all these numbers, and these guys are having these numbers during the game as well. So they're not even watching the game. Not really. You know what I'm saying? Because them man, like for instance, yeah, I'll watch Manu Ugarte play, yeah. I thought he wasn't that bad against Chelsea. I thought he was awful on the ball, but I thought off the ball, he done some decent things, innit? Loads of people are saying he played shit, but I didn't think he was shit. Do you know what I'm saying?
I thought there was a lot of rash fouls from him. Like, I got to
Yeah,
point where
but
I was
that's
surprised he didn't get a
that's
second yellow.
that's who he is, though. Like, I don't want
Yeah.
him to lose that.
No, I'm not even saying that as more of a bad thing. Like, he did well to break up play. I was surprised he stayed on the pitch, but even then, I can't be bothered going after referees. You know me, I hate doing the whole Arsenal fan thing of blame the ref whenever you drop points.
Yeah.
I think he did his thing to break up our attacking play.
Yeah, but also
And
giving
he
away
stayed on the
fouls,
pitch to keep doing it.
giving away fouls and breaking up play, yeah, and breaking the other team's momentum is still valuable for a team, bro. He just fucks up a man's momentum. Little idiot fouls. And it's one of them ones where they're clumsy
Yeah, because it was
fouls.
getting into our heads as well. We're like,
Yeah.
how is this guy still on the damn pitch?
Yeah, like they're clumsy fouls. They're not like aggressive, dangerous tackles. They're just annoying fouls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And those are the best kind of fouls to give away, bruv, like in games, because you can get away with doing about 5 or 6 of them before you get booked. You know them, man? Like, bro, like everyone's played football, and
And he
there's
was
one
doing
brother
it,
that's
and it was
just
getting into the
fouling
players'
people.
heads.
Yeah, it was fouling people, and we're like, ref, how many more, bruv? Like, man's just there, just pulling people, stepping on the heels and that. Like, but it stops the game. So it's one of them things where loads of people are like, oh, he played shit, bro. No, on the ball, he's underwhelming, but he didn't play shit because actually he helped us a lot. Actually, deal with Chelsea and kind of kill any bit of momentum that they had. So,
Because like I was saying, we're coming out of the match saying, you guys shut out the forward line. You guys kept them quiet. A lot of them. Comes down to man like Ugarte, Mazraoui, Lissandro Martinez. All of them just doing their thing to break up play and frustrate our players. Like Jackson, it took me a good 5-10 minutes to figure out his best action in the game because I just barely remember him doing anything. He got the one pass back to Enzo off target, and like that was literally his game. Nothing else. Because you guys stopped the ball from getting near to him.
yeah,
Lissandro just on him like a rash.
there you go. I know Mazraoui was different, bro, but you man already know
man
anyway.
locked out Noni.
Different baller. And bro, on the ball, he's so good as well. Like, do you know what I mean? I know certain man was saying that they don't think he can play wing back under our new manager because he's not attacking enough. But bro, ball retention, Mazraoui different. I can't lie, bro. You know what I mean? Just the little things he does. Like people coming to tackle him and he just lifts the ball over their foot like he's just he don't play like a defender, innit? Like he's cold. He could definitely
Mm.
do the Hakimi thing, bro, on the other side.
Yeah, because
I
even
reckon
then,
he
that's
could.
a good way to hold up the width and to open up more spaces within the middle too. So yeah, I could see
Yeah.
him run that role.
Nah, he's proper. Nah, he's a proper footballer, man. So yeah, man. I was happy enough, man, with what we done. But yeah, people, like, sorry to disappoint people, but yeah, Pep didn't ruin football, blood. You know, like that.
Nah,
Football's been ruined by
modern
multiple things.
football fans.
Modern football fans, modern football in general, the stats, FPLs, the sofa scores, the fucking tacticals, never kicked a ball in their life. All these tacticals, I would love, yeah, to do a tactical challenge. And we do loads of football drills on YouTube and we line these guys up and we just get them to do basic football drills and they get progressively harder, bro. Most of these men probably never laced a pair of football boots in their life. I'd love to see that shit.
That would be a football series that I would be there for, bruv.
Do you know what I'm saying? I absolutely love it.
100%, man.
No, I mean, and this is the reality. So that's
Not
it.
even just the
Fans, the
tacticals,
media.
them storytellers, bro. The man that just follow media narratives because they like the story and all that crap. Get them in there too.
It's awful. Do you know what I mean?
See if
It's
they
awful.
can follow the same narratives.
And this is it, bro. So I'm in a space now where it's like, when certain men are saying certain things, yeah, if they can't prove it, it don't matter. It don't matter. A lot of these men talk about things, but they can't prove it, bro. And the thing is, you know what you man have to be wary of, and what I make sure, yeah, that I don't get into. I make sure that I don't get into conversations with people where they make certain statements and there's no way of proving it. Because certain man love a hypothetical argument.
Yeah.
Nah. And that's what these tacticals do. Like, they tell you something like it's gospel, but it's not gospel, blood. They're telling you that this happened, yeah, and this is why this person did this, but there's no way of proving that's why they done that. Do you know what I'm saying? This manager does this to make sure you do this and this, but how do you know, bro? Did he tell you, bro? Because you've never played football. You don't even know. You don't know.
Yeah, it's like they come up with a random scenario out of nowhere and manage to make a story about it and people follow it.
Brother, there's no way of proving that this shit even lines up. There's no way of proving it,
Because they've said it with like a bunch of different adjectives and long words and everything.
And green lines, bro. Because they got green lines and they can make stuff move and that. Man think that they're doing some fucking Doctor Strange shit, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and this is what they do. Like, they throw up bare things that are not measurable, and then they think that they really done something. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
they're intangibles. Like, they'll talk about how a man's strength was the reason for this moment and everything. It's like, how are you judging a guy's strength,
bro?
What are you talking about?
Saying.
And that throwback, the ribs and bibs and dibs, I remember that from years ago.
Bro, fuck these, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, overlap the breakdown and
crazy.
That, bro. I've never watched this breakdown of the overlap. But the thing is, yeah, like, I don't see the point, yeah, sitting down watching a breakdown with a bunch of failed managers. I don't see the point of that. Do you know what I mean?
Hear that.
I don't see the point of that. So,
or a bunch of guys, like, my problem with the overlap is just people make the most amount of contradictory statements on there. Like, man like Jamie Carragher who's waffling about the quality of our squad, and then a month later is talking about the great depth that Chelsea were able to bring off the bench against Bournemouth to win the game. I was like, yo, what happened to where is João Felix going to train? What happened to Chelsea? Need to stop stockpiling players, and we are not a young and exciting team. His words. Then he's like, and then meanwhile he was saying all of that stuff, and then praising Liverpool's depth that they had to beat West Ham in the Carabao Cup. I was like, you're a joke, man. You're actually just a joke, man. You're just here to run agendas.
Yeah, but this is the thing, though. These men,
and that's why they bring certain Chelsea influencers on there who feed into their narratives as well.
Yeah,
they'll bring on Rory Jennings, or they'll bring on there was some historian who's never tweeted about Chelsea in their life, And they
Yeah.
want to bring them on to talk about Chelsea, and all they do is moan about Pochettino being sacked and the way we mistreated Mount and Gallagher.
Yeah, but
That's
bro,
ridiculous.
man need to understand that these men are all characters. They're playing a role. They all have a role to play. That's all it is. It's not about the football. It's a soap
That's
opera.
fair.
It's EastEnders, bro. Do you know what I mean? Roy Keane's a character. Gary Neville's a character.
Yeah, Roy Keane's the grumpy old man.
Yeah.
That's his bag.
Do you know what I mean? Ian Wright's a character. Like, they're all characters, bro. Like, that's what they're playing, characters. This is a
Michael
soap
Richards,
opera.
like the lovable older brother or something, the guy I have a
Yeah.
laugh with.
As soon as you realize that it's a soap opera, man have roles to play. A man are just, they're going to stick within a certain framework. No one's really going to say nothing out of pocket. And everyone's just going to kind of play. That's what it is. You men are watching EastEnders.
They don't want anyone that they're really going to disagree with. I remember me and Paul Scholes had a little back and forth because, like, I think in 2021, he must have been like, United have a better defense than Chelsea. And that was the year we'd won the Champions League and everything. And I was like, wait, what? You're telling me man like Maguire and like Lindelof and all of that better than Rudiger, Silva, Christensen? Are you sure? And then that same week, what was it? I think United lost 4-2 to Leicester. They conceded more goals in that one game than we'd done all season.
You see?
Man didn't get invited back.
well, of course not, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like this, Jamie
Well,
Carragher.
part of the
leave
game
football.
in it, but you know what? I went down on my sword, didn't it? I'm glad.
100%. Leave football before football leaves you. Jamie Carragher had the audacity to say that to Casemiro. Leave football before football leaves you. Casemiro has been putting in some worldy performances since then. I know Carragher's not going to apologize.
Yeah, Carragher ain't apologized about his Chelsea takes, even though he's backtracked on all of them. Yeah,
but this is the point. So they're not there to give us information. They're there to entertain us. This is what people need to understand.
Or to generate clicks as well, based off those bad takes. Because people are going to talk about it and they're going to go to the overlap and they're going to listen to the garbage themselves.
But that's entertainment, bro.
Revenue.
That's entertainment. They're happy to be wrong. They're happy to say stuff that has no grounding because it's entertainment. They're characters. This is what it is.
Like, the logical discussion and the logical reasoning, that don't really get you the same amount of retention.
Of course it doesn't.
You really think about it.
It doesn't get you the.
That's why I always say we grow slower, because we're trying to be real about it instead of feeding into agendas, feeding into narratives.
But it doesn't get you the casual fans. That's why you're not gonna see me with a thumbnail with a shocked face. Arsenal are scary. You're not gonna see that because that's gonna attract the casuals. They're gonna be like, "Ooh, what's this?" Anyone that follows me is gonna be like, "Oh, Rants is trolling." But anyone that don't know me is going to be like, oh, what's this? Some Arsenal fans thinking they're going to get their daily fix. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
this respect as an Arsenal fan and all that crap.
But this is what I'm trying to say. So these men are looking for the casuals, bro. And this is exactly what it is. So don't watch these guys thinking that you're going to learn anything because it's crazy. I see some brother tweet Gary Neville, angry on Twitter saying, you're trying to be too impartial. You're coming across like you hate Man United. And it's like Gary Neville don't know you, bruv. Like that. It's like, what's man doing? Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Hate. Yeah, like you have a genuine opinion and they call it hate.
Yeah.
And if they, and it's also because they don't like what you're saying. Like that's another thing I've clocked with YouTube. I think I said on my channel a year ago. People will only call an agenda an opinion that they don't agree with. If you agree with the opinion, it's not an agenda.
Fact.
If you don't agree with it, then you have a Garnacho agenda, you have a Bruno agenda. No, I'm just saying how you think about them. I don't hate the player personally. You watch them and you're like, he's trash. That's it. Oh no, it's hate. You hate them.
Yeah,
I can't be bothered.
But that's what I mean. So man need to understand these men are there for entertainment purposes. They are there for clicks. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is what it is. Like, bro, your super chat, you answered your own question. I literally just said, that these men in the mainstream are there for entertainment. And you just answered your own question.
Mm-hmm.
Don't look at man for analysis. Look at man for entertainment, because that's why they're there. Like, why is
The good
Tony
thing about
Bellew?
X is he can do both, but like he's
Why is Tony Bellew?
funny,
Yeah,
funny
on
guy.
why is Tony Bellew? Yeah, on talking about football, bro. What does he know about football? Nothing. He's a boxer.
Them ones where they'll bring in random celebrities just to get more views and like.
But this is
they
what I'm
ain't
saying,
got a
because he's
clue
there
what
for
they're on about.
entertainment. Because Tony Bellew's a funny guy. Do you know what I'm saying? He's kind of funny and he's well known. Like, bro, listen, I am entertaining, but the difference is, yeah, that is not my main purpose. I don't lead with that. You know what I mean? I don't lead with entertainment. I lead with my love of the sport and my love of how, like, the purity of the sport. That's what I lead with. I don't lead with trying to be funny. I don't lead with trying to be entertaining. Like, you will be entertained when you watch me, but I don't lead with that. You know, like that. This is just what it is. That's how I live my life, bro. That's the reality, bro. You know what I mean? I eat steak every day, yeah, but I don't wear designer clothes, blood. It is what it is, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's like certain men wear their money. Do you know what I'm saying? I eat mine. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what it is. Certain man wear
Sorry,
designer
I just
clothes
thought
and
I
eat.
got Nacho slander name in the
Bro,
chat.
certain man wear designer clothes and eat McDonald's every day. This is the reality. Do you know
Yo,
what I'm
that's
saying?
crazy, but yeah, I know certain men who are like that.
Brother, what's the point in having designer clothes, yeah, if you got a council body, bro? And this is the reality. Certain men are in shit shape and they're putting on expensive clothes over their 8 rolls and that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it just is what it is, bro. Like, I'm not leading with humor and entertainment, bro. I'm not Michael Dapper, bro. I'm not here to make you laugh, but you will laugh. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm not here to
We're
make
to
you
talk
laugh.
ball and you're gonna laugh on the way, innit?
That's it. You will laugh. We will slander some people. We will have fun. Do you know what I'm saying? We will have a lot of fun, but I'm not here just for shits and giggles, innit? And a lot of people are just here for the laughs. Do you know what I'm saying? That, like, there's no comedian in my name. Like man's not here just to make people laugh, bro. And
Now I always thought like you and Rants, you can do both, but it's like you're more centered more on talking ball, while you can be funny. While Expressions is funny as hell, but can also talk ball. If
yeah,
that makes
exactly.
sense.
But that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
And that's why you man do your pod and you just bounce off each other perfectly.
Exactly,
Just like
because
that.
it's different. You know what I mean? You're getting the same thing and just packaged differently. That's all it is.
Yeah. Facts.
That's all it is. So that is the difference. But because my main thing is always it's the football, the football, the football, the football. And even on our podcast, it's the same. Do you know what I'm saying? My brother will be cussing people. Do you know what I'm saying? Having a laugh, busting jokes. And I just want to break down the games. You know what I mean? Like that's how we are. So this is exactly what it is. And because my thing is about the football, I'm naturally going to attract the purest football fans. That's it, naturally. Whereas my brother's gonna attract people that just want to laugh, that happen to like football. That's it. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's the difference. And there's less pure football fans out there. So naturally, it's always going to be that way. And this is the point. Like I said, mainstream football in general has been taken over by casuals, like how it's consumed. So because of that, most football opinions stink. Most of the players that people think are good are shit. Because most of the people with opinions are not real football fans. This is the whole purpose of this show, the topic. This is it. This is it. Has Pep ruined football? No. Casuals have ruined football. This is it. Casuals have ruined football. And this is why you probably feel like 90% of the football takes you see online are fuckeries.
Garbage. Absolute garbage.
Yeah, because it's true. That's why
Because
when you see
you
the
can
Henri
tell off
Salah
those
takes,
opinions how much the game you've watched.
that's it. When you see the Henri Salah takes, all these other takes, all these opinions, do you know what I mean? And that's why yesterday, when I had to say to to Don, yeah, when he was talking about strikers and saying that strikers have to score goals and that. And the reason why I brought up Drogba, yeah, was because I said
Yeah, I
to
was
you,
about
bro,
to bring him up too.
the reason why I brought up Drogba was because, bro, strikers have never just only been goal scorers. They've never just been that. Not at one time, yeah, did I ever hear a football fan say to me, Didier Drogba don't score enough goals. Brother, when I saw Didier Drogba's goal record for Chelsea when he retired, I was in shock. I was like, nah, it felt like he scored every week. But he didn't. It felt like it, though, because he had the respect of a man that scored every week, because we understood his value even if he wasn't scoring.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw his
I think
numbers,
the
I
day
was
no
like,
one was talking about Drogba not being prolific. People weren't
brother,
talking about, oh, Chelsea need to upgrade on Didier Drogba.
bruv,
No,
no one said Chelsea need another striker. Drogba don't get enough goals. He averaged 10 goals a season. He was a 1 in 5 player, you know. I never knew this. I only learned this after he retired, because the whole time
because
he was
after he
playing, I was
retired,
scared of him.
people turned into stat men. And then suddenly it's like, oh, look, Jamie Vardy's had more goals than Drogba. Darren Bent's had more goals than Drogba. This guy's had more goals than Drogba. Suddenly, when he's gone and people aren't watching him every week,
And all of a
people are
sudden
now
he's
starting
rubbed.
to cuss him out. Yeah, exactly. Suddenly it's like,
Brother.
oh, don't let me bring up Drogba's goal tally. Or don't let me bring up that Gabriel Jesus has outscored this many Drogba seasons. Like nobody who watched Drogba gives a damn. Nobody gives a damn.
Brother, there
There's
wasn't a
a
single
reason why he's
centre
still
half.
looked at as one of the best centre forwards the Premier's ever seen. Still,
Bruv, there wasn't a single centre half that weren't scared of Didier Drogba. And his records wouldn't say that. His records, they'll be like, why are they scared of this bro? Yeah, guess what? You have to watch the game to find out.
mm-hmm.
You have to actually fucking watch the game. The problem is, people don't watch the game no more. And this is what it is. So now, they look at stats. And the same thing was happening with Morgan Rogers as well at the start of the season. This guy's having a great season. Because he wasn't getting GA at the beginning, they didn't realize that he was the best player on the pitch like every game. But he was. And you shouldn't need stats for that. And this is the point. Same with Bergkamp. He's one of the best players I've ever seen.
Yep.
Man, want to tell me about GA? Nah, I'm good. I'm good, you know.
And to be honest, Bergkamp I don't even think Bergkamp gets disrespected to the level of a Drogba either.
Nah, Drogba's disrespect is crazy, bro. But then again, the man behind me, Neymar, he's got GA and they still disrespect him. So this is why, again, this is what I mean. It's not even like they're consistent with the disrespect. Because they disrespect Drogba because he's got no GA. And they disrespect Neymar because they don't like him. Because he's got GA.
And also because they don't like that he spent his prime at PSG.
Yeah, but
arguably, they'll be like, "Oh, he went to a farmers' league."
Yeah, but bro, who are we to say that Neymar's prime was PSG though? Because he had a prime at Santos, he had a prime at Barca, prime at PSG.
Nah, I hear that.
Yeah, like three primes.
To be honest, it's like saying Hazard prime at Chelsea when he bossed it at Lille too. Yeah, so I hear that.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. It's like he had 3 primes. If we're being real, do you know what I'm saying? Like man can't tell me that he weren't in his prime at Barcelona. He was in his prime.
No, I hear it.
Like, bro, what man said? What?
There was a time where
MSN wasn't prime Neymar. Are you sure?
There was a time where Messi was out for a long period, I think in 15, 16, and it was Neymar and Suarez carrying the thing. Both of them.
Listen, bro.
I hear that.
Let's not pretend that MSN wasn't prime Neymar, bro. Neymar had multiple primes, bro. Like, let's not do this. You know what I mean? And he was cooking at PSG as well. And he was cooking in the champs. So
yeah, like what was it? The 6-1, I think Neymar was like out of all the forwards, the most important one in that comeback.
Well, exactly. And he didn't get that recognition. And then on top of that, yeah. These men will say, oh, yeah, but he went to PSG, it's a farmers league. But these men rate Mbappe. Why do you rate Mbappe and he's done nothing outside the French league? Why do you rate Mbappe but you don't rate Neymar?
Uncomfortable.
Because what the fuck has Mbappe done at PSG, bruv? What? Whoa,
beef the offside flag.
But because of France. Yeah, that was Pogba, bruv. Sorry to ruin it for you. You know, no, I'll be real,
Don't forget that comeback in the World Cup final too,
bro. Again, do you know what I'm saying? When man, even when you look at the World Cup final and all them things there, bro. I'll be real, yeah. That French team is the reason why Mbappe's got the reputation he's got, because he's done nothing at PSG. This is the reality.
they were
He's
winning
done
leagues
nothing,
before him, and they just won it after him. I mean,
bruv.
no,
He done
during.
nothing.
I hear it. I hear it.
Bruv, this is the reality. The reality is Pogba and Kante. That's the reality. And even Grisou as well. Mbappe was less important than Griezmann, Kante, and Pogba, blood, to that French team. This is the reality. Yeah, he scored a hat-trick. That's great. It's great for vanity. But the reality is, yeah, in club football, this guy's done nothing to be in the conversations he's in. Nothing. You want to disrespect Neymar, but you rate Mbappe? Need your head checked. I'll be real. This is what it is. If you disrespect Pogba and you rate Mbappe, you need your head checked. But this is the modern football fan. The modern football fan rates Mbappe and doesn't rate Pogba and Neymar. You can't blame Pep for that. Pep would have signed both of them. Pep wanted Pogba. And Pep would have Neymar if he could have Neymar. It's not Pep's fault that these FIFA kids think Mbappe's better than Pogba and Neymar. It's not.
99 pace, in it.
There you
Well,
go.
the 99 acceleration and sprint speed and everything.
This is the point.
The real question is, what play styles do they have?
Bro, if you don't rate Pogba or Neymar, yeah, that is the perfect litmus test for me. You know them ones. Because if you don't rate these two, man, I know you don't know ball, innit? So everything, I know you're as casual as they come.
I'll tell you that Pogba don't work hard enough for all
yeah,
that.
bro. I know you're as casual as they come. Like, those are the two litmus tests. There's an Eden Hazard litmus test as well. There's certain ballers. You know them ones there. If you do the Salah over Hazard thing, you're casual. Get out of here. Like, there's certain players, innit? When you see certain debates, the Henri Salah, yeah, when you see all these things, man know where the casuals are. Like, there's certain things where man see, I'm like, this smells, bruv. Get this away from me. It's one of those. Because same with Hazard. I don't know his stats. I just know every time this brother played, he was a problem. That's all I know. Don't know the stats. Ronaldinho's my goat. Don't know the stats.
Whenever I argue with someone about Salah, 9 times out of 10, stat argument.
That's it. Golden boot. Like 4 times golden boot or something like that. I guess Harry Kane's a goat as well. Then.
Or like, Salah's still cooking at 32 when Hazard's playing with chunks and all of that. Like, okay, cool. Like, ask me what Salah was doing at 19.
It's true.
Ask me that, because I know what Hazard was doing. He was bossing it in the French league.
Facts.
But suddenly that don't count.
Boy, that's what I mean. The Salah was probably fishing off the coast of Egypt, blood. You know them ones.
Probably.
So it is what it is.
Well, I don't know if he was around Switzerland around them times, but he weren't pulling up trees over there. He's made his name off just goals against Chelsea. That was it. Every time Basel played Chelsea, Salah scores.
Yeah, 100%. And this is just what it is. So
that's the only reason why we signed him. Just 3 games in a row. He bad. Just like, yeah, take him. Why not?
And so there you go, innit? Like, when you watch these players, genuinely watch them, brother, like, there's not a conversation to be had. This is the reality. Do you know what I mean?
But ultimately comes down to what we said earlier. People are just consuming football much quicker. Like that as well. Low attention span. So man will do the 3-minute highlights, get some stats, and you got your opinions from that.
Yeah, it's the casuals, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's the casuals. The casuals have hijacked it. That's all it is, my brother. And that's fine. And that is the long and short of it, guys. Really. If you're being completely honest, bro, like, you can't have genuine football conversations with people now, because a lot of people talk football, but a lot of people don't know football. And this is just what it is. So football is now more than ever catering, to casuals, bruv, because it's all about inclusivity. That's what it's about, because we need to have as many people involved as possible, because we need them to spend money. We need them to spend money, because this is how we generate the money. This is how we can pay the big wages. This is how we can do all of these things. So because of that, that has ruined the game. That has ruined the game. Nothing else. Do you know what I mean? So
Facts.
big up everyone inside as well. We're gonna redirect over to Lee Gunner, Rants and Gunner back to back. Let them know what you got coming up, and also make sure you subscribe to Lewis's channel. The link is in the title, people.
Yeah, always great to be back on the channel, man. I'll be live at 10 p.m. for Shameless. I'm gonna have Flawless and the gang on, so yeah, keep a lookout for that one, guys. And yeah, big up. Great to be back on.
Big up, people. And yes, tonight, obviously, we're doing sport in Man City, because I got to support my manager. So, you know what I mean? The game is the game. So we will be back here at 8 p.m. for that watch along, people. So make sure you hit a Rants raid in the chat, and I'll see you over on Gunner's channel.